Okay, hang on, I'm coming back. I'm coming. Okay, hi Pat, Mandy, Carla, Donna, Kristen, Jessica, Kansas, Evie, Paula, Sapple, Snapple. Guess what? I found more journal entries for where we left off, and then I found, like, I don't know, way more than where we began. So I don't know. I wonder what those other ones will be like. Crazy? It's going crazy? Is everything okay? What's going crazy, Apple Snapple? What's crazy? Hi, animal lover. Darlene, hi. I don't know what's crazy. Paula, Jessica, Sakura, Sonia. Hi, Sonia. Mr. Truthseeker, L. Jackson, Julie T, Roya, Kathy, Pat L, Sakura, Kathy, Dude Bro, Julie, Danette. You have come to talk. Okay, yep, we're going to talk. Let me see who we got here. Jody, you just got here. Hey there, we just got here too. Evie, Kansas Sunflower, get you all. If I didn't, I see you too. Hi, Tabs. Okay, okay, maybe not, maybe, I'm not, I'm sure more aware of what's going around. Maybe, I'm sure. What's going around? What's going around? I'd like to know what's going around. Sickness or gossip or what's going around? Why are you feeling so dizzy? Mike says good night. Okay, tell him good night and love you back. You outlasted him again. Well, you have a 3-hour advantage, right? He probably has to work early. Okay, more journal. We have more journal. Yeah, we have a lot more journal. Flu and strep in Oklahoma. That sounds good. Not good. Potter, Apple Snapple. Spill what you're trying to say. Because I can't stand beating around the bush. Which sounds horrible after Sievers. But yeah, you know what I mean. Hi, Anna. You're just now getting off over the flu. Hi, Doug. Someone start. I hear lots of drama. I don't have the specifics. They all just say drama. Appley snappily. What's going on? Oh, some people in the other live? No, I don't know what Apple Snapple's talking about. The dang scroll bar is jumping around like mad crazy. Okay. Hi, Bethany. Hi, Leisha. I can't believe Mark kept a journal of his sexcapades. Oh yeah, I showed it to Jimmy today. It's like, who does this? Who does this? Congestion and hacking in California, Cammy? Hey there, Ange. It was a hacking. Oh, actually, it was a hacking? Are you talking about the guy that some compromising photos got released on? You told about Sievers. He was happy he didn't venture in there. I know, yeah. He told me too, yeah. That wouldn't have been good. He's like, I'm glad I didn't come in there. I'm like, yeah, so am I. He could be scarred for life. Hey, Shug. Make sure you're laying down, Potter, or put your head between your knees or something. I don't know. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Mandy. Flower Girl. Okay, I'm going to go to the journal if you're not going to tell me. Anna, knock on wood. No, knock on wood. As far as I know, knock on wood. Thank God. Praise the Lord. God willing. Laughing at. You're looking forward. I have some people gave me some good good tips, like good codes. At Sierra was giving some good things, like Mark was in the house, he entered in the front door, he entered through the back door, that kind of stuff. Hand sanitizer for the chat room. Thank you, Apple Snapple. Okay, so Apple Snapples, everything's good. I don't know, just hear drama. Okay, I want to talk real stuff. Yeah, get. Okay. We don't want no drama. Okay, let's go. You didn't answer me? I did answer you. And you answered me about what? Let me see. Yes, Mommy, about what? Oh, about that it's, yeah. Well, I don't know anything about that. And I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. Let's do Mark Sievers. Oh, before we go to Mark Sievers, did you watch his sentencing today? It was so freaking screwed up. They said he wasn't supposed to be there until January 9th. They said that this was some other kind of a thing, and then they boom, bang, bang, they did it all today. Isn't that crazy? They did it all today. It was supposed to be January 9th. Anyway, it was ridiculous. It was like 3 hours and 20 minutes was devoted to the thing. You could skip all the way to the end. He comes in, his family's there, her family's there. He makes a statement. When he makes the statement, everything freezes. But I'll tell you what he said. It was like a freaking joke. People were there for like 2 hours and then everything freaking froze. Let me see. I have something about his state. Where's his? Is it? Oh, come on. Come on. I think it was here. Okay. It's so ridiculous.
I got something on.
Okay, now let's find. Come on. Okay. Judge sentences husband to death penalty in Florida. Dr. Hammer. They gave some circumstances, and the judge ultimately said, sorry, it's not flying. Judge Bruce Kyle sentenced Mark Sievers to death for the first degree murder of his wife, Teresa. He gave him a 30-year sentence for conspiracy to be served concurrently. Sievers has been jailed for 1,408 days, for which he'll be given credit for time served. There was a last-minute appeal filed by Sievers' attorney to spare him of the death penalty during the Spencer hearing. Judge Kyle rejected that request. The Spencer hearing allowed Sievers to provide additional evidence to change the penalties imposed at sentencing. During the hearing, Sievers read a written statement in court that proclaimed his innocence of all charges, and he said, although a jury found me guilty, blam, it went frozen. I am innocent of all charges. I cannot feel remorse for something I had nothing to do with, and will fight this wrongful conviction. He referenced his love for his wife and their 2 young daughters. Judge Kyle addressed Sievers' claim of innocence. He said, I judge people's actions, not their souls. If I'm wrong, hopefully God will have mercy on our souls. Judge Kyle addressed Teresa Sievers' family regarding his decision. Teresa's family agreed with the decision. An appeal to Florida's Supreme Court is automatically filed on Sievers' behalf. Okay? So he was dressed in, his jail clothing. He was shackled. He couldn't move his arms. He had to, go like this to get his glasses, and then they took one arm, you know, the bailiff took one of the cuffs off there, so when he did his reading. And I think at the very end of the news footage, you could hear someone, they looked like Teresa's brother, went over to the judge and thanked him, because then you heard the judge say something like, "Oh, you're welcome." Okay, so that's what happened there. Oh, he's sporting, you know, the facial hair, and he's got a beard, a lot of gray in the beard. It's funny because Cecil, I want to call him Cecil, Curtis has the same. Curtis Wright has the same look. He has the beard. His beard is not as full. It's not as gray as Mark's, but he's got the beard going on, and he's got the hair in the back, just like Mark going on. Mark had a completely shaved head before, no facial. What was Mark doing on the facial hair? Sometimes he had a little goatee. Sometimes, but he was clean shaven for court there, totally clean shaven. Now he's got this beard going on, and he's growing like hair in the back there. Okay. He'd probably be really happy to be put with, what's his name? Curtis. All right, we're done with that, right? Nobody has any questions? Anybody has any observations? Her family had to hear what? What did her family have to hear? Hold on, I'm going to go back to read this. What are you shocked about? What's going on here? I leave you guys for a few minutes and it's like crazy. So glad you're back today. Hi, Gina, hi. We were on before too. Can I ask you something? What is going on? You guys can type, can't you? Wow. Her family had to hear what? What did they have to hear, Pat? Her family had to hear that. What did they have to hear? I want to see what Pat said the family had to hear. I didn't see it was the sentence death. Death by whatever means is you know, available at the time. It's frustrating to say the least. Mark Sievers. At the last time I saw the sentencing. Okay. You were shocked? What did Pat say the family had to see? Hi, Danielle. What did the family have to see? Hi, Two Scooter. What did the family have to see? Carol Lucy, how are you? The sex diary? That wasn't in court today. What did the family have to say? What is Pat saying? Wonder if they will be in the same prison. I still want to know what Pat said the family had to see. What did the family see today that... Pat? They call me Pat. I'm missing it. I'm going to go back down and wait for Pat's answer. It is what her family had to hear from Mark, from him in court. Oh, that he was innocent? What thing are we talking about? I want to hear what Pat said. I can't find Pat anymore. There she is. Someone commented his family had to hear the sex diary. Who commented his family had to hear the sex diary? Hear it where? What are you talking about? Law and crime. Wait. Slow down. What are you talking about? What did Jeanette, who doesn't mind at all, but she has different content. Okay, so we won't do them then if you're saying it's so terrible. Danette comes here before that, though, Jeanette. Yeah, the girls had left a statement that they didn't want their father to be put to death. Okay, what else do you want to do then? In the old days, the guilty are sentenced to death penalty have two choices. Metal cables tied. What? Ugh. Oh, in the old days. Okay. Okay. This stuff is released. You do realize that this stuff is released in the discovery. I'm not like I didn't get stuff at a garage sale and find Mark's diary and I'm reading it aloud. This stuff is released by the district attorney. Okay. All those that want to hear it, put down a Y. You want to hear them? These are all out there. Y, Q. Okay. So I don't know, but sometimes people act like I'm releasing the stuff, like I'm rifling through old files and just throwing it. It's out there. It's been out there. It's part of this case. Every attorney has seen this. Everyone that's worked with the attorneys has seen this. Okay, good. Everybody understands? Good, good, good. Because there's always some person that's like, oh, that's a shame. It's like, it's evidence. I can't do anything about it. Okay? Absolutely, Janelle. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay, and I'll just make an announcement. If anyone doesn't want to hear it, it's going to be about intimate affairs that Jeff Sievers had in his marriage and maybe outside of his marriage. So you can, no offense, I won't take any offense. If you don't want to hear it, it comes from the district attorney. You can go now to another chat and come back when we're not doing this. No hard feelings. Okay, you planned your day around it. All right. The defense taking advantage of the girls today. Yeah, and then did you see Mark when they were saying, it was like, okay, so everybody's got their disclaimer. Okay. All right. So let me get the journal. Where's Eric? All right, so we're back. We're April 3rd, 2005. Now this is roughly 2.5 months before the murder. So it says Robin Beach with a question mark. Then on the 3rd, it also says Seder with Barb for Passover. And then it says on the same date, Pitney Bowes, low ink, add postage. Then the next day it says Easter. The next day it says Easter Day. Then it says subject, sex, T initiated. They were doing oral reports, and T had 2 times, Cheerios. And then it says sex me. Maybe he meant text me. Times 3. Then dog food for 9 days. So he's making his own dog food. You got to give the guy credit. 6th to 14th of April. Need more dog food on the 15th of April. Okay, after that, we need a McKesson octoscope and an ophthalm and a halogen plug in the wall. Okay. Then he needs glasses. He's scheduled with, it looks like WL Art. Is that Walmart? Use same frames. Okay, that was 4/6. Then Ron, hair laser. He needs a hair laser. Then we have somebody else, laser phone call. And then 5:35 a.m. CPAP off. Is he using a CPAP machine? And he's doing all this stuff? Wow. I wonder what's in that machine. Okay, 4/10/2015. Mandy Grooming. $75 first, $80 second. Mandy changed to 3:30 to 4 p.m. Set up a talk at 10:45. Then he's got Women's Realtor, 4/10, the same date. Then he has Girls Lenka Time, play date. Lenka, pick up, and T gets when she is done. Then he has violin, piano lessons with Miss Renata. Again, piano lessons and violin lessons. Bonita, noon, Riverside Park. And then he's got fluing with guns, 2 question mark. I don't know what that is. Then he has Sunbiz pay accounts, Kaufman contract, GoDaddy, refer all fees, no secure email. Then on the 14th, 27 days of dog food, 15th of April through the 11th of May. I'd like to know his recipe for the dog food because he's making large quantities. Need more on the 12th of May. Okay, then tax day, he's got on the 14th of April, he has tax day. It should be the 15th, right? Then he has the 15th, med supply, CPAP strap, otoscope batteries. Email invoice Dr. S speaking last week. Then he has ad postage. Call merch about call Mercedes, I'm sorry. Appointment our passenger door squeaks. Lesson, violin, and piano. He's worried about the passenger door seats. He's get a cleaning. I can't even. 3:15 today, violin. Then Patrice at Bonita Arts website TV show info with Ron. Then he's got Tamer. I don't know what that is. Okay. Then on 4/18, he's got T, love language, acts, service, and gifts. J, words, affirmation time. C, that must be the other daughter, gifts and time. So that's something like, I think that they're doing for maybe that thing, I don't know. But then on the 18th, the same day, no sex. We talked while T laid in my arms in bed. Very nice, intimate moment. Heck writes this down. Okay, then the next day, oral, T times 2, good ones. Then me times 3, T initiated. Looks like there was some stuff that was redacted too, so I guess he had some more to add. Cabin reserved for Wednesday at $105. Cleaners he's got to go to, the Administrative Professionals Day, $421. Valerie payday, $422. Cabana, it's $122.62 on $422. Okay, then he has salad and chickpeas, carrots and cucumbers and hummus, milk, shake and shaker, bagels, chocolate, eggs. That's on 423. Then he has Miss Valerie, payday, no school on 423. The Hilton, room 547, location, Andrew, bottle of wine plus 20%, 24th of August at 5:46 p. Then some of this is redacted. It says T calls me at 11:48 p.m. And they redacted some of that. Then you've got Rick Elv suit. Then you've got a whole bunch of stuff redacted. Teresa and I just had a talk. 425. I don't know why they redacted all that stuff. Maybe they'll start releasing it back, because they do. Now that he's sentenced, they may release more stuff. They may fill this in. Okay, subject, close girl's window. Why don't you just close the girl's window? Okay, close the girl's window. I gotta go write it in. Okay, the rent. Then you've got bond chamber. Okay, we got some kind of check-in 24-hour in advance, SWA, SWA. Then he's got something, Todd, midnight. Then home tech at 8:30 to check install status. This is 4:30. This is 2 months before the murder. Non-CL from PAP. From his CPAP? I don't know what is going on. Scott, 9 p.m. Lias and Ron, 10 p.m. Mike. Todd, looks like Litka. Dorset at Denny's. So he's meeting some guy named Todd at the Denny's. Okay. Then he's got a bunch of names here. Debbie O'Neill, Paige Williams, Angie Ho, Carrie Kane. Oh, then wedding. Wayne and Angie. Hold on, maybe he was meeting some guy. When was that? Denny's. Where's the Denny's? Oh, Denny's was 4:30. He might have met some guy at Denny's. I don't know, because that's right when he's going into there. Okay, so he puts the wedding, and then he's real careful. There's no entries until 5/4 again, so he didn't document his antics over there. Order toner, 5/5, Natalie Fox 4. Mimi's in town. It was so weird last night I didn't tell you guys. It goes, get Mimi, 3:33 p.m. How weird is that? 3:33, that was in last night's. Mimi in town. Miss Valerie, payday, no school, May 8th instead. Then you have Josie, eye doctor, make appointment. Okay, see, the gender reveals are less and less as we're getting up towards this, right? Less and less with T. Now we have 5/9. This is after, now just get this through your head, after he told his best friend to kill his wife. Sex, Friday. Wine loft at 10:30 p.m. Mesa, coffee, Bailey's, and Frangelica. I came many times. Tea on back a lot. Drained. And basically fell out. Home. Tea. Now, that says home. Does that mean they did that at the wine loft? I don't know. Home. T smoked clove and said, you can give it to me, but I don't want you eating my cat. Also, she wants my Chevy inside her house. She's been thinking of it. Okay. Then Pat V has an appointment at the whatever somewhere. 5 p.m. for 7 people. If early enough, maybe sitting inside. Mimi leaves. Okay. Renata Fort Myers. 27 days of dog food. He's still making his dog food. Wow. Need more food on May 12th. He ran out on the 11th. Nursing CE. PAP Motor. Estimate no change. Amex on file. No charge, excuse me. Kayak, 9:30 a.m., $45 times 2, $35 times 3. Music, 2:20 p.m. Lessons, violin and piano, lessons, 2:30 p.m. Then it says T, oral times 2, me times 3. That was on 5/16. Okay. Get CPA files from Pat, send backup of everything. Then they redacted something, but it says first in a while. That's all they left there. First in a while on 5/21. Okay, postage at 5/21. Send to Flexin to Connie. Book sent Connie was awesome. Pay bills, Dr. Deb, art class, rent, FPL phones. Uh-oh. Rent FPL phones? What is that? Okay. Pat V. She said it took 6 hours. Renata, 2:30. Brad, 4-ish, Coconut Point. Then it says 5:23. Sex. T danced and grinded on me. T had a lot to drink. There's a bunch of stuff they redacted. Okay, then 2 days later, he says, T and I watched energy type movie. What is an energy type movie? No sex. I didn't want, and T did not ask. There's a bunch of details they took off. Okay? Then he writes it again, same thing. Payroll, bills, Aetna. Jolene starts, 8:45. Look, Smith. Call Andy DeSalvo. First our unit for rent. EMC to release us and rent to new tenant. CPA, 9 a.m. Change handbook and have Jolene and Sandra sign. Dr. Sievers and staff in non-disclosure section. 5:31. Less than a month before the murders. Subject. Aetna premiums. Workshop with Lenka, Pelican Marsh. Pay bills. Then it says dance. 2nd of June, 15, starts. Crystal not at work, Chicago bound. That's on June 4th, my birthday. Called Dale with payroll. Then on 6/6, 22 days before the murders. Sex, T initiated. Location, Morning Glory. Okay. 6/7, anniversary, med school, 19 years. 6/7, Cami, 1-4. Get at 4:15. Violin. Peggy. Toyota. Oil change and tires. I don't even know how they got in that vehicle. Oh my gosh. Okay. Embark ticket. Latest 9 a.m. tomorrow. AC will call to schedule a repair. Violin Josie. South Fork Grill with Brad. Who the heck is Brad? See that their little relations are coming less and less, right? Okay, now 6/11. Oral relations with T. No O. 20 minutes. And then there's a bunch of stuff they redacted, but 20 minutes from what he was doing before. Okay. see. Crystal, start back at work. Disbursement, T, 5,000, 1K to savings. That was on 6/15. Literally, not even 2 weeks before. Enter payroll, into receptionist, enter payroll, into receptionist, Josie, Miss Valerie. Fort Myers for the front brakes, Toyota brakes. Auto payment. Oh, okay. I don't think it's a payment. It's just an automatic payment. Then 6/17, Diana, rescheduled. Okay. Mercedes, 9:30 a.m. on the 19th. Take Mercedes to work and then to the dealer on the 19th. Then on the 19th, sex. Oral, T, no O, sex me, ×2. Violin, violin, violin. Gammy to feed doggies on the 25th. 6/26. T talked with Annie, her sister, in the kitchen for a while. He writes this down. Came to bed, we snuggled and talked and fell asleep together. 27th, the day before. Sex T woke up and said, I cannot waste that. I had a Chevy Richard. She grabbed it. She used some type of lubrication on his Chevy and herself. And then she rolled over. And he did twice, as she said, this one's for you, Daddy. That was the 27th, okay? And then he wrote on the 28th, note to Mommy's suitcase, Gammy dogs. All the while, he's killing his wife, okay? 6/28, fly to Connecticut Thursday to Sunday. Girls stay late 1 week. Mini fly, then DSN. Okay, he's got stuff planned here. 7/2 it goes to. Okay, so the part where all that happens, there's nothing there. So it goes from 6/28 to 7/2. Ray Navarro lunch 12:15 at the office. Then it's Independence Day. Then violin, church. Fort Myers, Pat V. Then there's a women's group of realtors of Naples in the afternoon he's got. Okay. Scott and the family drive down. That's his brother Scott, right? His brother Scott. That's on 7/10. Scott in Florida, 7/12. He's got a meet and greet, 7/18. He's got vacation on 7/23. Possibly no school until Tuesday the 8th. That's 8:30. He skips from 7/23 till August 30th. Annual review, Crystal Diaz. So he's still running the office? Okay. Then it goes from then to November 2nd, Election Day. Goes to Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, and then 12/6/2015, Dr. Irma Ramirez, Vet Lucy and Nana. And then it goes from 12/6 to 3/26/2016, Easter Day, Easter, Tax Day. Let's see if he has got anything else. So I'm just looking here if he put anything in here. Okay, and then what do they say here? He's got videos, 234, data images, iMessages. He had lots of deleted messages. Yeah, lots of, like, hundreds and hundreds of deleted messages. 945 deleted. 120. He had thousands of them. Okay. What else did he have? Garbage cleaner, physical analyzer, unique identifiers. That's the extradition report. Sprint Tower, Missouri dump. Bonita. Email package. And this goes over the towers. But let's go through the journal from before. The one we did last night. So which be this one, I believe is the first one. We'll go back to the beginning and you see how the pattern changed. What are these? These might be, let me see where these start. Oh, these are his phones. Okay. So, just want to go through his day. Wainwright, Curtis. Okay, so let me see. Does he have anything in here? Okay. Now, he's got the wrong, he didn't figure out how to use this right, so he doesn't have the right year on here. I guess he just started using this. So he's got Wayne's birthday, 5/10. Oh, he's putting stuff in here. Oh, he's putting people's birthdays in here. Okay, that's what it is. 5/10/1947, Wakeman, Jenny. And then it says Wayne's birthday. Wayne wasn't born in 1947. Okay, Jason's birthday. Todd's birthday. I don't think he knew how to use this. So he's putting everybody's birthday in here. Let me see. How many ways did we get to the... Okay, that was that one. So the other batch. Where's our other batch? This one, right? So okay, here we are. Let's go back to the start of this one. These will be from 2013. So let's see. Oh boy. Okay. Seven pages. Just scroll down to the bottom. It's got to catch up. There was okay. Okay, so first one here, July 16th, 2013. Teresa talks. Stuffing is what is there for 7/16. Call Dr. Gardner with pre-op instructions. Terry at BBT, Home Women's, Chuck Producer, Surgery, Tummy Tuck on 7/17/2013. Then it says 717, Mommy's Pillow, Grandpa George birthday card, Cindy Tudor, Maureen, silent your phone to no talking. Surgery at BCH 6:30 a.m. 718, surgery. Mimi comes 718, vacation on 719. Dr. Gardner, Desler's Choice, Ohio National Premium, Stan Fit Nation, Melanie Mose, Renata, got period. He keeps track of her period. Okay. Barb Collins to Israel, July for 10 days, niece's wedding and back. Carmela's sewing class, Joanne's fabrics, 10 to 1. Donna and Joe, our kids. Lysina cap from, top lip cream, Lysine. Attorney, 550, Barb loan. Deposit T's check, UCU checks, Tyler's birthday, Florida Board of Nursing, piano and violin, Josie sewing, scanning barcode, tracking for supplements, meet at Hyatt, Mike Dolch, left message at Naples Grand for Jennifer Wexley. Call the Hilton Naples, not available the 22nd. They believe they would have the following week, March 1st, available. 1 p.m. pickup by Mom, Little Pinocchio. Okay, here we go. They have Jobs for Hands by T. She does stuff with her hands. And then below, probably bubbles and a gender reveal. And then he ate tea. What is he ate tea? I didn't know. I thought you brew tea. He ate tea, and he ate tea and her vibe. He ate her vibe. That doesn't sound good. And then they had some relations bent over the bed. And let's see. Go through Bob's Ang Granite. Some relations that started off squeezing my hand ended up bending tea over the bed. Cheerios 3 times for him. Martial arts. This is like several times. This is several times in one day. This is still the same day. Okay, so when we had the squeezing my hand, and then we also had the relations. Cheerioed several times, but no finale. T gave a I think it was a BJ's gift card. While Mark was right, he liked to be right by her face for that. Okay, so he was right above her. Then we have a letter to Rad, Regular, and Ortho. Cami, Miss School, Dentist for the kids. No fluoride, and no x-rays. Pay McKesson. Mimi is going to babysit, grooming. Dr. Noonan at Noonan. Dr. Gardner. Then we have dinner out. Girls not allowed to sit next to each other. He has to write this down. Josie's dance recital class. Call Dr. Carnival. Mimi's going to babysit. Exmogen concert. There's this. Call T. Pay BOA. $500 check from something Bath. Beth Weaver wedding. Sunset Beach House, 1-bedroom efficiency with a sofa bed. Sherry, $129. MySunsetBeach.com. Beach huggers. Beach huggers. Then it put, we look forward to welcoming you and wish you a most enjoyable stay. Guest, Mark Sievers. Reservation, 1 room, 2 adults, 2 children. Check-in on August 8th, 2013. You're checking out on August 13th. Premium Gulf front suite with 2 queen beds and 1 queen sofa bed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then it just lists the suites. I don't know which one they got here. Let me see. The Alden Beach Resort for they're going to St. Pete's. Full kitchen specified. Total was $1,097. Okay. We put that in there twice. Okay, St. Pete's for Beth's wedding. Beth and Chris are getting married. Beth and Chris are getting married. Okay, then relations with T bent over the bed, my side. He even had to put what side of the bed it was. Oh my gosh. First day of school. Again, the next, is that the next day or the same day? Next day. Relations bent over the end of the bed this time. And he was able to get to what he needed to do 6 times. From 11:35 to 12:05, 6 times. 12:30 to 1:20, Teresa was riding. She can't handle this. And flat on her stomach 6 more times for him. 12 times. 12 times. It's crazy. Okay. Now, it looks like something was his mother. Okay. Chamber at Seasons. Parasite testing in Arizona. I guess that's somebody for, I don't know. Email, undo Terry, fix it. United Way training. Okay. 8:16. Relations with Wonder Woman. That's what it says. Except it uses the S word. She did it hard, with no pain. Then he just wants everybody to know that there are no relations happening on the 17th. Dr. Petritis' birthday. And he puts down nothing happening on the 18th. Then he's got St. Mary's Church. He's got Lynn the tutor. Then he's got something about pancakes and brownies and quinoa bowls and collard wraps and belly button follow-up for, I guess, Teresa. And a board meeting and a Lynn tutoring, and parents are going to be in Florida versus parents in Bonita. And he's got Lori United Way party, got period on 8/20, the plumbers coming, master toilet, sinks, Mimi's toilet, BS Zonta acceptance, the Mark Bank on Coconut Road, CenturyLink ticket, no internet, Jay escalated, tutor for 3 hours, Bob Harden, JetBlue ticket purchased, tutor for 3 hours, pool pros are coming, Dr. Gardner, doctor appointment, redo fingerprints. Oh, for background checks. Location, see background check contacts for the DCA agency. Carmi, live lesson, meet the teacher. Crank position sensor. Okay, on 8/23, they had relations. It was a job for hands, multiple Cheerios for Mark. Same day. It says relations and BJ's while driving home. At home, there was more relations, and another call from BJ came over again until 2 a.m., in which Mark Cheerioed 4 times. Crazy. Possible Joanne's class. Accessing computer, let's see. Tutorlin. Edit payments. Daughter. Sick with strep, no tutor. Luncheon, talk for chamber, no eating in my car. That is what the entry says. No eating in my car. Does it really matter, Mark? Okay. Maybe that's something he has to remember that she said, like, no eating in your car, Mark. I just can't believe he puts all this stuff down. Steve, computer with printer. Okay, then there's some relations tied. Oral for both. T, Cheerioed after me, looks like smoking, /P, relations, got her again when sliding off the bed. Okay, then there's some more over here. A few days later, we've got T, Cheerio times 2, him, Cheerio times 4. Okay, let's see what we have here. Then we have some relations, no O and no O. That doesn't, okay. Okay, then we have relations, no oral, rubbed your feet, SEX, stroked your hair. I love the intimacy. Relations are great, but intimacy, key. The toothbrush motor is not working. Bills, tutor, Randy, 3 p.m., therapist. Webinar, Tom Wright. Holly Hannon at Talk, November 5th. 8,948.98 due the 1st of October. Call Michelle, it's her birthday. Tutor, light bulb cord, bills. Call for Saturday p.m., second room if connecting. Then there was some relations. BJ came again. It was 11:30 to 12. Cleaners, pickup, drop off. Early check-in requested at La Playa. There were some relations from 4:45 to 7 p.m. and he owed 25 times. He doesn't say T, so maybe I don't even know if that was with someone else. Dinner, Donna and Joe and Mama Pat. That was on the same day, so he had time for that 4:45 to 7 p.m. and then he had time for that dinner. Donna and Joe and Mama Pat. Okay, and 7 people, Donna and Joe, and food not good. Food not plated consistently. Warm, cold, beans very dry, fish bland, no seasonings. He probably wrote some good reviews. Okay, Danielle and John are coming to town, staying at the Jupiter Beach Resort. Okay, then he had some relations in the room going up to get the kids' clothes, where he had 3 Cheerios. No mention of tea. Okay. Then BJ pearl necklace relations ×2. And Vibe was there for 3 more. Location was on the balcony of room 404. Okay, later that night, T woke me up and gave it up. Let's see, La Playa checkout. So that was their vacation. So those could have been other people that were going up to get the kids' clothes. Fifth quarter auction. Josie's dance class starts. Dance with Angela. Josie's dance starts. Condo. Insurance web. Paramed exam. Nurse life insurance. Blood, urine, nicotine, cholesterol, glucose, drugs, drug screen. Condo. Inaweb. Call Stan. Dr. Eddie. Rebecca Zung's book launch party. Call Darlene Mitchell. Email to Purely You Spa. Thermogram. Okay, 9:13. T fell asleep at 7 p.m. for the night. Wasn't sure if he should wake her up for it, for relations, but he figured she must have been exhausted. What a good guy. Okay. Birthday for Ashlyn. BJ in the pantry. I guess he surprised them in there. There was an attempt at relations. It was an attempt at relations. Then that same day, they did some oral relations and he got her twice. Smoking. Relations on the bed. And what does that say? Can't see that. It says out. Okay. Let's see. I'm not kidding. This one actually says A for M, oral examiner, going on 18th in PM, back on the 22nd, no testing. Okay, so that actually is a test. But then on that same day it says relations 5 to 6 Cheerios, T with 5, Cheerioed 2 times. Hurt her. Okay, hurt her ABD. Got her getting off bed. Got period again on the 18th. Grants entitlements from government. We got some A for M testing, Beacon Conference. Karen's out of town on the 19th. Marriott Orlando, 109 plus tax, AAA, check-in. Mama at 4:10 to the airport. Joe V to schedule the thermo points. Sheridan Busch Garden, 800, what is that? Oh, that's a number, okay. 138.31, King with pullout. Embassy Suites, 148.95. A for M JetBlue. Relations, T's back in town. From Boston, 548. She Cheerioed twice, and he had several times. Couldn't even count. Order progesterone. Let's see. Vivian. BJJ workout. Homeschool Network. Packing for Sleevers. Package for Sievers. BJJ workout. Haircut. Oral relations, T Cheerioed twice, he multiple. What else do we have here? T wanted it, relations, but was too tired. Mom to some flight, meet Ray at the office. California Pizza Kitchen. Viv's Talk Ibera at Coconut. Pre-order Stregonona. Meet Laura at Bistro. Subject SEX. Location Smoked. Okay, then he's got relations, and in parentheses that he owes her cat some licking. T woke up looking juicy. He Cheerioed many times. Okay, Michael, U.S. Metro, pick up Robin at Seacrest. Josie spent the night at Robin's. Pick up Josie, Cammy playdate, possible dinner with Laura and Kurt, relations and vibe, T, Cheerio 2 times, him multiple, road trip to Busch Gardens, then Orlando, mom at RSW, paychecks and bills, tutor, jury duty, Zymogen, Dr. Ebert, okay, hormone something, Dr. Beebe to invite to November to talk, pull the Merchant Connect stuff. Okay. BOA, 11th balance, 11,377.72, due October the 6th, $500 as statement. Meet Meredith Crone. Relations, at least 4, maybe 5 times. Next day, relations, I tasted her. BJ was on the bed, on her back, and multiple relations. Juan to call first, hot tub, remove and repair screen. Subject, oral, ... I got her. Angelina's booth, please. La Playa. Next day we have BJ and relations. There was some penetration involved with chairs. And the location was La Playa by the pool in the cabanas. Okay, dialogue with Dr. Date. Margaret to file innocent spouse. Fix Deb's hormones. Call Nancy. BJJ hurt left pinky toe. BJJ right knee popped with Big Mike. That's where he's working out, okay? So sorry, that was the same day. So he got hurt at the gym, I guess. Okay. Pool deck clean. Okay. Called Gina in Paris. Relations / ate her cat, but she was still sleepy. Then, great relations. Exmagen Gardner, noon, Mike Metro, payroll taxes, no violin, pull files for a 1018 interview, got period, subject, walk on Ebert, talk sugar blues, soft open. Okay, let's see what this is. With girls, one guy 2 years ago, New Year's Eve, 7:30, 10 minutes, 7:54 to 8:12, 18 minutes, pregnant at 43, and caught cheating ×2, fell in love with many people emotionally, used to bring women in, but no penetrating with the Chevy. A man did with her, but he was small, and she couldn't really tell it was in. She lied to Evaluo. I don't know what that is. And BJ, him during E, got off and went to bed. He came down for water and saw them doing it. He forgave her. 8:20, 10 minutes. She knows she deserves to be happy as she does. Feels lonely and abandoned. Teresa talked last minute. Marge said, T and I can talk freely now. Is that Margaret? Said T and I can talk freely now. That's that Margaret that she mentioned, I think. Okay. He's at the BJJ again, and he hurt his left elbow. So he's doing this like 12 times. He's working out. He hurt his pinky toe, he popped his knee, and now his left elbow. So he's falling apart in every other aspect. Elbow rack. Okay, he's got a Frank. He's a diamond contact in New York. Anniversary. Secret, please, it says. Okay. Who's reading this? The whole staff? Terry, Calla, BB&T, our home. Violin, Renata. New event, 2 curry and 1 wrap. Text Carolina, Brittany's mom, for playdate on the 26th. Speak with Teresa George. Webinar. Puree for Mimi. No. Purses for Mimi? Ed Hoc. Rabbi, Carmi, Jewish naming, Ibera Bank, updated flyer email, call Lester, Carmi 5 teacher conference, how is she doing on assignments, notification on tests, what material her tests cover, how to prepare for tests, no book for Florida State geography, just links. Bring home HRT kit. Battery, LR41 button cell. Josie's 5 teacher call afternoon. Juan, deck and bathroom. Speak, Zonta, U.S. Airways. Interview with Wink TV. Work on Bella ad. Annie wireless code, no quotation marks. Pickup key for interfaith chair. Get to office 11:45 with hair blow dried. J.C. Penney. Lester to call about ordering. Deck, Juan. La Playa. Okay, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff act out. He ate her cat again. They had relations. He several, and then Vibe came in, and then a whole bunch of stuff is out. Okay, ChildNet to prevent child abuse. Needs to check in online. Then there was some relations. T was tired, and there was little participation on her behalf. Okay, he originally said no, as she was stoned, tired, and ABD, discomfort. That must be abdomen discomfort, probably because of her tummy tuck. Okay. Gymnastics, let's see, Anne leaves. BJ came, and then there was some great relations. They smoked and blew dry their hair. Then stood over her body. That was all for BJ. Felt great. Relations came 5 times. Small Cheerio. While rubbing her soaking wet cat. And then there was a huge Cheerio with Vibe. And Bridge, they've got some computer issues. The laptop to the modem is going on them. Let's see. 2 times chia chips for talk, for goodness sake. Ohio National Premium. Dry cleaning pickup. Speak. Ibera Bank. Give T something for her Texas trip. Let's see. We've got BJ came over. Great. Then relations. Smoking, blow-dried hair. It's the same thing. That's the last time. Let's see here. Okay, Dallas International Hotel. UV kickoff. Joshua Sky did nifty potential side effects. Something about flight tickets, flights. Bella. Canceled. Brinks reactivation. Wayne Terry. Phone switch. New carrier. Metro. Let's see, what is this now? Spoke with T. Location. She's going to vegan restaurant 7 miles away with Lori in 1 hour. T went to the vegan restaurant tonight. Spicy Asian soup. Kelp noodles. Tortilla, spaghetti and meatballs, brownie. Got back to the hotel at 10:33. I texted her that night at 11:49, and she said she was in the lobby. She'd call back in 5. She called me at 12:13 in the lobby talking with Lori. Her husband, addict, died when she was 12 weeks pregnant. She met her boyfriend, when son was 3 months, now 4 years. She lives in Philly, but she wants to move to Utah. She's 35 years old. Book report for Josie. Astrid, playdate. Spoke with T at 7:13 for 4 minutes. Sorella's to say goodnight. And then they redacted a whole bunch of stuff. Carolina, Brittany, possible playdate. Rose's birthday party. Okay, and then they had relations, and he really enjoyed her cat. He loved her cat. And that was 1 times, 2 times, question mark. She seemed that she hit those Cheerios really hard. They snuggled. And he managed to do it again, stoned. It's her first time since the room has been cleansed. Okay. Pre-printed thank you cards. E-Blast, Ohio National Life. We're now in 10/26/2013. Call Linda Owens, no payment. Call Southeast. Grooming. Taylor. CC tape ordered on the 22nd. E-Connect, $100 off visit. Okay, then there were relations. T was resting. And was she doing it? And cooing or something? Cooing, I think it was. So he rubbed her legs and he caressed her hair, and then she said, "I'll give you 12 minutes." And I took 30. Okay, then subject 4739. Is that a room number? What is that? Because it's an oral and rubbing at, I guess, that restaurant, the G-Spot, because T was asleep, it said. But he ultimately took it and Cheerioed 5 times, stoned. Okay, he's got porn stars on there. Call Kathy. Mark, solvent and oil. Meet someone at the office. John, statewide. Marketing consult. Dr. something or other. Pay Papyrus. Okay, proof website. Pay BOA. There was a little oral for both without any Cheerios. There were relations and they were stoned. Include Dr. Esbaugh, Joanne's, pick up the cleaning. Okay, T was asleep at 7:30, but said right before that she wanted to give it up. I didn't wake her up, but she has been running hard. E-Blast, BBT, jewelry, 1750, 1847.39, election day. Tin and clean back room and mail Annie flowers. Called Judy, Beth Black. Groceries for Barb. Signed golf room, 2 queens, $1,315. $40 to $88 for parking. BJ was on the balcony, and it looks like Mark ticked her in the tub. Oh, sorry, that's an L. And then it says 12:38, what's next? Okay, let's see. Gather before the 10 a.m. massage. Then there was BJ and a poolside P with dinner and some relations in the room. There was relations after dinner, and then one penetrated, then room server came. We ate, then we went to the balcony, we're joined by BJ and some more relations. Got period on the 8th of November. Ten-year, I guess, anniversary. I guess, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, there were relations during the sunset of the 10th anniversary. He cheerioed. Then, again, that same day, there were some oral relations. T got her. He didn't remember the time. He put question mark for the time. He didn't remember. Then same day, there was BJ came at the poolside. Yeah. And then, yeah, period, the same day. This is all the same day. Then there were relations on the balcony. Okay. The next day, BJ was on the balcony again. He can't remember the time. He cannot. But then there were relations on the lounger, and then back on the bed. Now, same day, T cheerioed 2-3 times with Vibe. Let's see. And then there was a BJ likes to visit the balcony a lot. Then same day there was oral reports and T cheerioed. Same day there were relations on the bed, and they were really hard. Same day there were some more relations, along with snuggling, and Vibe came over. Okay, then there was Barb needs van to Sarasota. Donna needs a $300 check. Call Nancy, MA Docs. Barb to airport, post office and airport. Speak for BBT Bank. Dance Angela. Amazing meal, October discount. Get agenda out. Nancy, meet her at the Sack and Follow. Josie's teacher, volunteer appreciation day, Raina's workshop. There's an e-blast, Metro wire pull, run rep, flexin for Teresa. Carmelina is getting married at the Cypress Lake Methodist. Dawn's in town on the 16th. Got a zoo gala on the 16th. The 16th, they also have relations, almost oral for him. Okay? But there was some oral for T, and then there were some relations. Vibe, came over and helped Teresa out there. Okay. Okay, let's see. Getting you healthy is my passion. Being healthy is your choice. That's the tagline for Dr. Sievers. Board meeting. Then there was some oral without any O's. And then there was some relations. Me, yes. Then Vibe. Couple of attempts and one Cheerio. Mimi. 19 to 25, taxi from Fort Lauderdale to home. Wanda, taxes, Dr. Andrew Hyman. Laser Jeff at office, my knee and T finger. Fundraising meeting. William Dang, Malik letter. Call Florida versus principal. Recami. Office cleaning, fundraising, Are we at the top there? Okay, so we're done with that one. And I think that brought us to, let me see, last night. So that looks like, hold on a sec. What is this? You're basically living your fantasy. So, what is this? Are these emails? There's something else here. It says, I guess, is there a different text? So this is Teresa. I know, silly. Mark says, Kay, I thought you might have been trying to text Robin. She says, I'm talking about HGH now. He says, I know that. You said this was professional. He said, I was sharing my thoughts. Then he said, have a nice afternoon. She said, you too. Understand, but it excites me and it makes me want you more. The HCG? And she said, he said, are you referring to the texting and the talking with Nick? Uh-oh. She says mainly text, but yeah. And he says, do you think that texting sexually and O's is just flirting? She says, I'm not owing or having phone stuff, so yeah. And then he said, I meant talking about it. It seems that very sexual nature is more than just flirting. You and I talked about things for some time before we shared our thoughts with another person. You bypassed that. And she said, it just didn't happen in order. How do we keep finding this stuff? She says, but you are aware now. And like I said, my plans were to discuss it. And again, I hope we can know we are secure because professionally, I believe he has a lot to offer. I wonder if, is this that doctor? And then he says, I know, again, it's a bit much to digest. And you want it to continue outside of our bedroom fantasy life. Of course, I'm not making demands or even requests. It's just a lot to think about for me. This is new. Last week, everything was one way, and now everything is different. Once you take the fantasy to another level, actually involving another, it changes things. I never had the chance to adjust to it as a bedroom fantasy only. And Mark is still talking. You basically are living your fantasy, and then I'm here as well. I don't think that's coming out correctly. I hope you know what I mean. I never got to explore that fantasy between you and me in our bedroom with the notion of another person for you, and I feel cheated out of that joint experience. I'm coming into your fantasy instead of discovering it together as we have in the past. I'm doing a lot of texting and even more thinking about all this. I hope all this comes out correctly. I'm not mad. I'm just sorting through the many fluctuating thoughts I have. I didn't mean to send that yet. I was just typing. Darn it. Oh well. I guess I'm sharing some of my inner intimate thoughts. We are working. You and I are good. There are so many thoughts. I will get through this. As I told you, intellectually it's okay. I'm trying to work on the emotional component. I love you, and I know you love me. Your phone is now working. Then she said, came out perfect, and I totally understand. Then he said, thank you, but are you sure you read all the texts? She said, you were always in the fantasy. See me, I just thought it would turn you off. I can fantasize about any guy, real or not, depends on the mood. Yes, it usually is female. Yes. Then she says, and I have not done any fantasy him today. Rather, I was sharing how, for me, I feel closer to you. He likes us, knows that fantasy, which may include or not, the texting can be as powerful as living it. And also shared how awesome you are as a person. He has more experience and knows pros and cons. This is all her talking, which are basically what we have discussed. Then Mark says, Kay, we never got to fantasize about another man for you without a real person attached to it. I'm knowing about it. He does know about you fantasize about him eating your cat. Then Mark says, it's different when the object of your fantasies knows he's the object of your fantasy. We have had a lot of fun fantasizing about women, we know. They just didn't know they were part of it. That was exciting, private, and intimate. It changes something. I guess it sort of takes it out of just fantasy and more potential for reality. And that's pretty evident to me when we didn't even have the fantasy yet. You just mentioned Ivalo something recently. And then he says, remember, never forget, I am your cat master. I own your cat, Mama. I love it. He says, I'm at a pretty good place right now. And then she says, yes. He knows, but he knows I want you there. He also knows that you own my cat, and that is that I am comfortable, and how all my escapades see, no one has made me Cheerio. And she says, I'm getting excited just talking about all of this. I love you, she says. And then she says, LOL, how often is it usually? And Mark says, me too. I only took care of myself once today, thinking of you. And he says, it's normally 3 or 4. She says, holy shite. And then he says, I am writing down my thoughts, not just in text, as it keeps things in perspective or even finds some perspective. I am eliminating it, though, during our 7-day challenge. And she says, LOL, I love that you're like that. And then he says, I don't mind wasting it. I don't like blue glitter balls. As you know, I have no problem getting like a Chevy. And then he says, you know what, we're going to the library now. And she says, I couldn't keep you. You definitely need another hot mama. She says, oh my gosh, I have totally been depriving you. He says, I wouldn't say depriving, just happy for this 7 days. She says, too much energy to be wasted. Your talent is being underutilized and wasted, but I can't accommodate that. He says, I'm all yours, Mama. And then he says, isn't it fun trying? And I'm not complaining. And she says, yes, fun, but... And he goes, we're leaving for the library now. She says, I know. And he says, you are my very sexy mama, and I want to caress you. And on a different note, Mama, I forgot to tell you, I spoke to a new patient today, and your fees are now $400 that first visit. Frank and I were talking and thinking $450 maybe, an hour-long visit. You thought about that? She says, $450 for 1 hour? He said, the new patient tomorrow has way too much something to look through. That would be good. Is that? And then she says, yes. And then he says, how much time and money needed? She says, the time it will take to enter info, read through, and digest will likely be 1 hour. Don't mind 30 minutes, but this will be an extra 30 minutes, plus I need time to discuss, so $450 1 hour face-to-face plus 1 hour prep time. Total $450, Mark says? Yes, and she is still getting 30 minutes included, so at least $150 off. Mark says, I got it, but I don't see any NP Tom. Monday, she says, I see it, I'll call her now. Susie Lang said, I come home in this outfit and you're going to jump my bones. He says, remember this morning I wanted to bend you over the bathroom while you were getting ready? She's right, Mama. Then he says, the girls are going down now, Mama. I don't know why we didn't see these texts are from 2013, but these are not even, these are like totally different than the other texts. I don't know are they on different phones? I don't know. What are you wearing? Same thing an hour ago, silly, she says. He says, I'm just playing, baby. She says, what? He says, Mama, you know we're crazy. She says, I know I'm crazy. It's what makes me me. He says these situations we put ourselves in, it's not like we don't have enough stress in our lives. She says, I don't think of it as stress. Sorry you see it as stress. I don't at all. It's what, then she says, it's what you've been missing to get us through stress and keep us connected. And he says, I can see it that way too. Then he says, I guess the thing I'm thinking about is you, different than the feeling with another woman. You fell in love with another woman. What if it happens again, but you fall for another man? Okay. And she said, I dealt with it. She said, again, I know what I want in my life. I feel like my words are being dissected. I almost don't want to try to explain. It's making it worse. We dealt with it, but another man, things change, Mark said. I hope I'm getting to an end in my thoughts. Not dissected, I'm just being realistic. She says, you can choose to focus on negative or what ifs or not. Your thoughts are going the wrong way, but it is what it is. Then he said, we added a woman who opened a door and now a man, potentially a natural progression. I was listening to songs, this AM, and actually hearing the words, you don't have to say you love me just because I asked. I think it's part of my dealing with this new development. She says, WTF are you talking about? And he said, I'm not focusing on it, but I'm acknowledging the potential consequences. I want you to be happy. And then he says the words to that song, I never listened to it till this morning. We heard part of it the other night when we ordered that 60s music. Then he said, I'm trying to stay focused on us and what makes us happy, and I know that this does. Just dealing, trying to rationalize and accept it. I'm done. Sorry for the text. Trying for no more of them today. Get ready and see you soon. Can you bring the invoice I printed off at home to work? It's no big deal. It will reprint. Thank you, baby. Once you're here, I will get stuff from your car. No need for you to bring everything up as you handle most likely full. Don't apologize for anything you said or felt. I welcome your honesty, is what she said. And Mark said, I don't mean to be putting you through a roller coaster. I am on. Thank you. Okay. OMH, our mother's house pool party Saturday. Did you approve food list? Tomorrow is Friday. Then she said, never mind, you probably mean Brittany's working Saturday. She says, I know, we talked about doing it on Friday. Then he said, girls almost down. And she said, calling. Then he said, hi, baby. If Michelle has time, you guys should go out. And then Mark said, can you surprise me with food? I haven't felt like eating lately. I got it now. This is your new weight loss program for me. I love you, Teresa. She says, yes. He says, thank you. Then he said, this is the surprise I got when I went to take our girls potty tonight. Pretty cool. Showed a picture and you can't see it. Then he says, what's up, Linda? If I don't see your core date work, the hotel security lost. You want to bring home your small computer that's at work? Should I bring home the computer that's at work? This is on Mark. I know you can't talk because you're on the phone. I have to be somewhere at 9:15, so if you want that computer, I can bring it home for you. And then she says, yes, bring. He says, already en route. She says, you are bad. He says, Mama, I can actually taste you right now. Then Mark says, upon initial looking, the hotel does not see the charger. Oh, there's that charger again. The security guy is going to check with the manager or lost and found and maybe hasn't been logged. They will call me back. She says, shite. Then he says, I may be bad, but you are yummy. You were wetter than I recall last night. Major turn on. She says, I was turned on. Then he says, surprise, surprise, I'm waiting in the lobby. I'm with you right now in my mind. Now get back to work. She says, effers. Then she says, don't they know that we have a 7-day challenge? He says, being seen now. Now let's see how long this takes. Then he says, almost done. Best Buy carries a charger for you. She says, great. She says, are you coming home? He says, after Best Buy. She says, yes. He says, I will text you when I leave. Okay, and then she's talking about immune system boost. Let's see. She said, I know this. Oh, no, he was talking about that. She said, I know this. Why are you sending this to me? He said, I just heard about it. I'm passing it down to you. She said, my cat is so wet. It's throbbing thinking about all this. And then she said, I'm denying I'm actually really EMO. And I think there's a level of guilt that I feel about spending time on having relations. And I can't help it. The fact that we're able to swing, even as we do, excites me, even if it's more. Someday, great. If not, I enjoy this. And he says, all smiles, I love you, honey, with all my being. And he said, I agree, re-swinging. And then she says, I'm buzzed. You'll need to pick me up. She says, I'm thinking about having you and the girls and John and kids meet us here. I'm trying to get in kid mode. I don't want to move. Can you accommodate? Yes, bring change of clothes, etc. He says, of course. La Playa, right? She says, I have beans, but they are in my car. Kids are in casual already, he says. Clothes for you? She says, make sure it's not too sloppy looking. And she says, Kay, that's fine. She tells him to bring bug spray. They're new from yesterday. Then he says, can you talk? She says, are you driving? He says, yes. He says, what are you wearing? Send pic or FaceTime. She says, you will see, believe, you will like. He says, I brought a dress for you just in case. Although now I think about it, you knew what you were going to La Playa. We're on Vanderbilt Road now. She says, where are you? He has a smiley face. She says, do you have towels for the girls? And then she says, I'm at the pool. Be discreet. Then she says, hello. He says, yes, where are you, baby? And he says, R.A. may come in town for May. She says, Kay, we have stuff going on at night. May 5th is clear. She says, Nancy is going to drop Mimi off here at 6:45. She says, Mimi wants the market salad from Mangino's. And then Mark says, Angelina has vegetarian white beans tonight. And salt and water, only no stock. Teresa says, yes. She says, answer your phone. He says, what are you doing? She says, eating. He says, there's pudding in the garage. And then, let's see, she says, or taking care of yourself, I'm okay either way. She said, I left you some food in the refrigerator, the salad and the garage pizza after you come home from a hard night of licking cats. Then she says, text me after you drop Mimi off. If I don't answer, I fell asleep. Then he says, hey, mama. She says, hey, baby, I was just thinking about you. She says, are you meeting Barb? He said, what a coincidence. Me too. What were you thinking, mama? You were hot tonight, she said. Then she says, what about Barb? And he says, Barb's daughter ended up staying home, so Barb can't go out tonight. And she had a sad face. And she said, I want you to go out alone, even if it's just to look. He said, I am. She said, that's my daddy. This is all April of 2013. Okay, I'm ready to go to bed now. Then she said, but I did want to let you know that I cleaned my cat tonight for you, just in case when you come home if you need some more. He said, bars close at 2, Mama. She said, happy cat shopping. He said, now that's my mama. And then, let's see. He said, thank you. She said, you too. He said, sweet dreams. I want to hear your voice, baby. And then he said, hi, Mama, we got your CDs dying. Hi, Mama, I love you. Hi, Mama, are you sleeping yet? And then she said, post Cheerio glow, and looks like she put a picture there that's not there. Then Mark said, I love you and I greatly appreciate your willingness to do this challenge. And then he says, is today normal night, Mama? You have something else going on after work? She said it should be a normal night. And then she said, make sure that when you go to see Brittany, you don't say anything about her going to stay with her mom or try to change your mind or anything like that, okay? You just wish her luck and tell her to stay in touch with us. And then he said, you look gorgeous today. I may have to text you. I would be locking your office door if I were there today, talking in a little code. Have a nice day, honey. Then he says, okay, she already has our number. Should I give her our address? And she said, of course, please do. Give her one of your cards. He says, okay. Then he says, see you tonight. And then she says, Beth is engaged. It's official. Chris proposed last night with the kids there too. I'm so happy. We are definitely August 10th. Keep that date clear. I will call you this week. Love you so much. Then, let's see. Mark says, wow, that's awesome. They picked a great day, baby. That's Papa's birthday and Josie's conception. Oh my gosh, he knows his daughter's conception date. Waiting on that text, she says, and then it should be about that time. He said, I'm just about to send it. And he sends her 2 pictures, which are redacted. She says, my cat is twitching. And she told him to stroke his Chevy. And then they sent a video. Mark sent a video to her, which is redacted. And she said, that should hold you till lunch. Nice. And then he said, I can smell you and taste you. Very intoxicating. Another movie was sent from him. He said, not sure what you got. Still says sending. Have a surprise for you soon. Then he says, you know, he can feel her and all this stuff. Yeah. And then he says, now, another movie coming through. That will hold me over. She says, awesome job. Now do some work. She says, I'm glad you laid down. He says, Kay. And then he says, me too. It was initially for you, but I liked it better that way. He said, I was hoping you had to go see a patient and come back to the last video. Surprise. She said, I did. He gave her a smiley face. And she said she's really quite wet there. I guess she's sweating a lot. Must be, maybe the air conditioner is broken. And then he just says, And then she says, there's a book on the top of my bureau. It's a hardcover. It says something about flowers. Can you tell me the name of it? I really want to get a copy of that for Brittany. And he sends her a picture of the book. And then he says, I just spoke with Karen, and BP will be at work, and we will stop by after school. It's pretty close. And she says, yes, this book, I want to get her a copy. I'll bring to her. And then he says, Teresa, I'm glad you liked the morning matinee. Encore to follow later. And he says, sexy baby, I would love to lick your cat until it's dry. because the cat got wet in the pool. And then she said, the cat is still wet. And he said, really? Wow, that is hot. And then, let's see. Mark said, just thinking about you is getting me worked up. It's hard to do work because, but break time is coming up. And he accidentally spelled that wrong. Spelled it with a U instead of an O. Okay. She says, add. And then she said, did you tell Naples Illustrated that we want to do that ad? And let's see. I replied to her email and BCC'd MDS. I have not spoken with her yet. Just her a message. Have a nice afternoon, he said. Then she says, did you call La Playa? There is info on laplayaclub.com. And then she said, are you getting your Chevy again and you need to release it? Already booked what? And then he says, already booked dinner the other day. He says, La Playa for membership. See my text above the reply. And yeah, I have my Chevy and I'm in need of a release. And he says, I called La Playa this morning and left another message. La Playa, $52,500 deposit up front, refundable $4,800 annual dues. When you leave, you get refund after your membership gas been resold, 4 to 5 years. Then he says the Ritz has a spa membership, $50,000 non-refundable deposit, $3,100 a year for couples or $1,700 for singles. La Playa, 10th of May, Ray at 7:30. La Playa, text was kind of funny. Sorry, Mommy, I initially misunderstood. Mama, sorry. And then she said, damn, that's beach only? Mark said, yes. She said, too much. He said, Ritz also. He said, we could work toward it, though. Just need to talk together and see if it's really worth it. It may very well be worth it. Okay? She says, Ritz is non-refundable because I think you get equity unlike Playa. He says, I believe so. She says, pissed. Not that we could afford $25K, but it was more dreamable. He said, I hear you, honey, twice as dreamable. Then he says, how was NP? Rosemary is coming tomorrow to clean instead of today. He said, I just told Josie that Auntie Beth's getting married. She smiles, and the first thing she does, that mean that Scott guy's going to stop following her. Wow. He says, BP did not go to work. We are going to our mother's home to see her. Then he says, I'm sorry, I just realized I've been texting you a lot. Now replies only. I guess she told him, stop texting me. Then he says, I've been meaning to remind you about this all day. Get your ticket to see Annie. Then he says, just saw BP. She wanted me to tell you that she gets off at 9. She thought you would pick her up tonight, just relaying the message. And she says, I thought she didn't go to work. And then she shows a picture of food and thought. And then he says, kiss, kiss, Mama. And then he says, starting my day off correctly. She says, perfect. She says, did you complete task at hand? No pun intended. Then she says, love you too. He says, not yet, but soon. I put gas in your car, now down to business. She said, thanks, baby, and sent a picture that was redacted. He said, Mama, sorry, I hung up on your FaceTime request by accident. I tried you back. You may have dialed me in error. She said, I hung up. I got very behind. He said, no problem. Okay now, he said. She said, no, I can't text. He said, girl's going down now, very tired. I thought I would make you dinner tonight at 8 o'clock, work all day. She said, I'm on the phone now with Ray Navarro. He said, Kay. He said, she said, what is your title at the bank? And then he sent her Good Morning Sunshine with a movie. I love you, Mama. He sent her another movie. And then he said, your definition is better. I love you. She said, oh, I just saw the video now. And he said, I thought you got it before you left. She said, he said, I'm coming to the office after dinner. She said, Kay. She said, bring something for the girls. The DVD player's in my car. And then he said, Kay, Josie has her work to do also. Can I bring you anything? Do you know where the petroleum jelly is, honey? He said. She said, please bring home the stainless steel container I left at the office earlier in the week. And then he said, come on, answer me. She said, look in drawers on both BR. We have brand new. She says, did you get TP for the office? I told you we were out yesterday. He says, I have some in my car. I'll bring it up tomorrow morning. If you want, Mama, tell me when you're on your way home and I can draw you a bath. Would you like me to cook you some cauliflower broccoli for you? Maybe a veggie burger and Sammy's wrap. She said, Mark, I'll let you know. She said, the text calls are slowing me down. He said, C has a tummy ache. She put a question mark. She said, maybe needs poopy. He said, she did this morning. He said, she's going to school though. She said, why? He said, Josie just asked to present her project tomorrow, science. He said, I'm not even home to make you late. She said, he said, you're driving me crazy, smoking hot. And then she said, need bathroom break? He said, haha, I would never leave then. I see you all morning. Maybe I need you. He said, Teresa, do you want in the VIP run their survey anyway? They do not differentiate between cash and insurance patients. They just asked those two questions. And what time is it? Oh, okay. Wow, I thought it was later than that. I got scared. It was like 5. Okay, we'll do this till 4:40, and then I don't even know if anybody's here, but we'll see. I agree the questions are pathetic the way they ask the questions. It's very clear. Okay, she's talking about that. Then he says, this is what you like, hot and spicy. She says, have you stroked your big Chevy yet today? And he says, a little, just a tease though, in the shower after working out with you and wanting your body. She says, make sure they're actually left a message at the office. And then he said, no need to reply. Thank you, Mama. I love you. Then he said, Naples Beach, totally booked, La Playa. And then he said, going potty. I'll be back soon. Who loves you, baby? This is all Mark. You may need a box of Band-Aids, baby. Sorry for being so direct, but I want to F your brains out. And then she said, get ice cream for Josie. She said, call me when you can. He said, hey, Mama, I'm at Sweet Bay. I'm at Sweet Bay. There are no organic green olives. She said, where are you? And then Carmi said, hi, Mom, I love you. Carmi said, I love you, Carmela. Then Mark sending her movies, more to follow. Kay got behind. It took a while, so I'm sending them all, he said. So he's sending her like 10 movies. The video's too long. I have to break it up. Have a nice day, sexy mama. Okay, then she says, Kay, now get back to work, LOL. And then he said, it probably took a lot longer to send it than it did to make it. I'm with Carmela at the store now. She said, Kay. He said, I just heard from Brittany. 4th grade, Mom. They are excited. She said, great. She said, I spoke with Tom. Oh, no, he said, I spoke with Tom with Total Immersions. Okay, so he's talking about work. Ended up printing Karen trying to go home. I brought papers. Okay, he's talking all about work. She says, trying to finish tasks in 1 to 4. And then she says, I'm driving. And he says, just an update, girls getting into bed. You know how that goes. They will not go to bed for a little while, though. Send a picture of it looks like the girls. Then he says, good morning, sunshine. I love you. And she says, nice. We got to put a chunk aside for school. He says, I know. I don't know whether he texted her a thing of cash. It was a picture they redacted. Okay. Let's talk about the practice. She says, why? Because they didn't do their homework. He said, I mentioned about the programs that have been created but not been implemented. He must have thought that we were already offering that to our patients. Then he says, Mama, thank you for this 7-day, 16-day challenge. Sorry for being a little cranky. I love you. She said, you're welcome. She said, we'll talk later. Have fun at the range. Then she said, no. Then he said, thank you. Anything in particular on your mind? It may sound a little silly. I miss you already. Then he said, the intimacy, the challenge created. Are you going to Connecticut? I'm going to miss you probably more this time than any other time you travel. Not a bad thing, though. She says, me too. He sends a smiley face. Merely is going to deliver your medication to the office around noon. He's told her, I just sent Mimi a text. Have a nice day, baby. She says, Mimi's booked 5:14 to 5:21. Better than nothing. And then he says, awesome. I'll let you tell the merms, Mama. By the way, you look hot. And she says, yes, let me tell them, and thanks. And then he says, I'm very happy, Mama. You get more Mimi time, too. And then he says, guess what Jay asked me? She put her tongue between her two fingers and asked if we know what that means. I asked her if she knew, and she said, your tongue and your pee from kids at school. What and when should we discuss with Jay? She did not ask any cues, though. Teresa says, in shock, oh my gosh, I don't know. Then she says, June. Then he says, well, there are good books to use to facilitate the talk. One is Where Do Babies Come From? Or Mommy Laid an Egg. Chef dinner with whom? Nancy? Then Mark says, Mimi can stay late but needs to go home afterwards. She said, Kay. Then he says, hey, sexy baby, should I come home this morning before going to work? Just playing, Mama. Thank you for last night. Kiss, kiss. Then she said, my phone will die soon. Meet me 10 minutes outside so you can carry the shite up. He said, Kay. Then he said, just spoke with Pete's patient's husband. He is arrogant. I straightened him out. He tries to have a strong personality but changed his tune quickly. If you still want her out, no problem. Then she said, not dealing with them. He said, sorry, honey, I didn't mean to call you just now. She said, in Charlotte, all is on time. She said, I'm boarding now. Thanks, love you. Okay. Then she says, am I using the Amex for the car? Okay, let's see here. They're talking about a patient here. So, patient talk, okay. Don't forget, Mama, I want to hear Anthony singing, so just send me a little FaceTime with it. Thanks, baby. That's Mark. Merms are going down now. She sends him a little movie, I guess, of that. He says, thanks, baby. She says, I overate. I'm bloated. He says, Then she says, I don't know, how is the weather? He says, La Playa tonight. Beautiful. She says, Kay, probably just smoke and wine with light food and good company and beach. See you soon. Then she says, phone off. He says, just us though. She says, that's fine. Then she says, the plane is delayed, the wipers broke, they're taking us off this plane and reboarding another plane and they're waiting for it to fly. WTF. He says, have a drink for me, baby. She says, I gotta change clothes. I can pull it off to go out. And she says, I'd leave girls at home with Mimi. She said she'll be there around 7:15. She said she's in a bit of a party mood, but may crash well. Phone going on. He says, sounds great. Should I bring your flowers? She says, F no. So he says, paint. So she says, oh, you mean flowers? F yes. And then he says, love you. He says, bye. She says, in safe, hot pink bag, should have all you need in it. Maybe lighter. He says, TX. Then she says, I just landed. I'm on plane. Meet you at departures. Okay. Okay, so she's talking. He says, I need you. She says, you're fresh. He says, but I let you bend it over. Oh, she says, but I let you bend it over and give it to me. He says, that's a good start, but I can taste your cat. And then he says, don't watch the video now. There's no time. I do love you, Mama. Then she just remember, Mama, Tom PM is C-play. I hope she feels better. Okay, let's see here. Then he says, good morning, beautiful. I told you I could do a rub down only last night. It was difficult, though. I love you, Mama. She said, thanks, Daddy. She actually said in this thing, DVD player in my cat. She meant car. It's funny, it was cat. Then he goes, no, it's in our garage as I pre-cleaned your car for the detailing. They had their cars detailed. Crazy. They're talking. Let's see here, they're just talking about the kids. Okay, so then he says, what's the name of the place for the bonnet again? The Once Upon a Time? She says, Once Upon a Child. He says, thanks. Then he says, hello, Mama. She says, Carmi finally had a banana and a slice of toast, and that's all for 2 days, Mama, except she had for breakfast this morning. Then he says, the girls are going down. Hello, Mama, from Bubbles. Good morning, Mama. Another patient booked a $450 appointment. Then she says, will you be back before I leave? Quickly. He says, I'm leaving the cleaners now. Should I run by Whole Foods? She says, okay, if you were late, Cami can come to work with me. Then she said, I love you, Daddy. And then he said, do we need coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil? She says, frozen raspberries and Joe's patties. I don't know. Get olive oil. Almond butter, Kay and Root, 2 minutes away. Absolutely scrumptious. Okay. Just thinking of you, Mama. Hoping you're having a good day. You too, Daddy. Even though I was a lame partner, I had fun last night. Teresa said that. He says, you are an amazing partner, not lame. He says, I know. Too mushy, but true, Mama. She says, I don't know. Going in room last patient. Okay. All right, that's, I guess, enough for that. There's lots more. Every time I think we're done with this stuff, there's more. I don't even know where this came from. I wonder if they're adding stuff. All right, let's see if anybody's here. Let's see. Okay, 400. And it's up for sale. What's up for sale? Scooter, you can't get conjugal visits with a violent charge in murder. Believe it. What? Oh yeah, all he did was text her. She told him, get to work, stop with the texting. You're definitely here. Okay, good night. Prayers for Australia. Prayers for Australia. Yeah, that's still going bad, huh? Wow. Everything else had been in that cat. Yeah. Poor cat. That poor cat. Oh gosh. It was forever. Oh my gosh. And not even caring like who the hell he's going out with. That's crazy. That doesn't make sense to me. Go out there and look around in Florida like that. That's scary crap. That's really scary. Like, ugh. Okay. You're going to bed, folks. Okay. Love you guys, but not in a weird way. Okay. All right. Your kids love Cheerios for breakfast, and now I have to try to forget the connection. Yeah, I know. All right. And wet cats, too. But cats don't usually like water. It's a cat house. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. It was fun with the Hunter Killer. We've been on a long time with both of them. I'll see you tomorrow, and stay safe. God bless. Love you guys. Thank you, mods. Bye. And then they're surprised. I know. Yeah, that was. They're so shocked. I don't know. I'll read.